First, what you need to do is undo the center seam. You will also have to undo the serged edge of the jeans to be able to open the seams. Next, undo the crotch seams all the way up to the zipper in the front. And up to the belt loops in the back. Now that we have the seams open, we need to play with how fitted we want the skirt to be. Why we open the seams so high is that we have room to work on the fit. The best way to fit your skirt would be to put it on inside out and get some help pinning the seams by pinching the fabric up and pinning along that spot. If you do not have help, you can always pin the fabric trying to get a smooth seam. You probably want to cut it about 2 inches from where you think the end of the skirt should be. You will have a bunch of extra fabric that was used as part of the crotch. You will need to cut this off later. Before you sew the seams, you need to mark where you want the slit in the back of your skirt to be. I usually do about 3 inches from the back of my knee to about mid-thigh because my skirt is always around knee length. This all depends on how much skin you want showing in the back and how short your skirt will be. Next, sew along the seams you pinned. You want to use a medium stitch. Make sure to backstitch at the beginning and ending of your new seams. For the front, just go from the bottom of the skirt to the zipper. When you get to the zipper of the jeans, it'll be a little harder, as well as next to the waistband in the back because of how jeans are originally sewn. Remember, in the back we need to have our slit. How you do this is start sewing where you marked the top of the slit, again doing back stitches at the beginning and end of the seam. So all you have left is the hem and finishing it. If you have a serger, now would be the time to serge the seams and the hemline. If you do not have a serger, you can grab your fray check and apply it to the edges of the fabric. Another thing you could do would be to put some narrow ribbon over the raw edges to give a little hint of color when you walk. Next, you want to fold the fabric over at the slit and pin it in place. And then stitch it down, back stitching at the beginning and end. We are finally at the hem. You probably want to put the skirt back on and get help with this again. Mark where you want the final length of the skirt to be. You will be using a 1/2 inch seam allowance for the hem. Cut off any extra fabric you have left. Now fold the hem up 1/2 inch and iron it flat. I'm using hem clips to make sure it's all even all the way around, but you can eyeball it or use a measuring tape and pins. Now we sew around the hem, doing a back stitch at the beginning and end, starting on one side of the slit and finishing on the other side. Now you can either wear the skirt as is, or you can bleach pinstripes on it or add patches. Really, whatever you want. Express your style and enjoy your skirt.